back to the channel, and in this video I have two replays for you, which are special guest replays from our good friend Panda, who is playing the Leopard 1 today. So I've featured the Leopard 1 a few times on the channel, but Panda sent some decent replays in that I thought, do you know what, we'll get it on the channel and show it. Now, before I run the equipment and perks, I'm just going to show you this absolutely filthy shot that Panda pulls off here. Never in my lifetime have I seen anything as ridiculous as that. 450 alpha right off the bat. A nice high roll I should add on that as well, across the map. And yeah, that poor guy in the tank opposite is going to be fuming. So you see the equipment and the perks that Panda is running on the Leopard 1. You'll see equipment on the top right hand screen and the perks on the bottom. So see predominantly sort of camo setup run here, which is, you know, sort of be expected when you're sort of playing the Leopard, because, you know, the Leopard does have, you know, fantastic concealment values. You know, it's a really stealthy medium, and yeah, it's one of sort of the good points of the tank, basically, that if you're playing it, you want to use that to sort of your full advantage. And that's what Panda's doing. I mean, he's not fully behind this bush, but he's, you know, managing to get some shots off. Obviously, the tank's across the way behind bushes, so that is pretty much acting as the concealment in itself. Now, he's got a few shots off. He's, you know, got off to a good start here on Province at 2.3k. You know, this is sort of the standard play at Province. Obviously, you know, sort of switch sides and then start sniping. And you know, the Leopard 1 has, you know, it's the right tank, or it's a good tank set up to do that sort of job. Yeah, the shell velocity is absolutely ridiculous, because the shell velocity actually did get buffed. Probably, I think it was May last year, if I remember rightly. I could be wrong, please correct me if I am, but yeah, it's been reworked recently, or sort of in the last year or so it's had the updates. And one of the buffs was changing the rounds to, or premium rounds to APCR, and upping the shell velocity, which has just made it absolutely insane in terms of its accuracy and shell velocity. I mean, accuracy wise, the Leopard 1 kind of had it all anyway to begin with. The gun was always notably very accurate, but I honestly do believe that the buffs this tank had last time round on the rework has just made it one of the best mediums at tier 10, personally, in my opinion, or certainly on the tech tree front anyway. It really is good, and I've always enjoyed the Leopard 1, but more so now with the buffs, and aesthetically as well. It's one of my favourite looking tanks in the game. It really is a beauty. So onto the gameplay then, and yo, Panda's done all right. He's up to just under 4.5k damage now. He's took his first shot of damage, and he's going to take another one, I think, off this ISM, but a necessary evil to progress up the map. Now he's got to be careful, because he doesn't want to get shot from the other side of the map, so he's just tucking in here, using this building as a bit of cover before he loses his spot, and then he's going to progress on and try and see if he can get any shots off. But unfortunately, the friendly beach party is getting in the way, and yeah, he's not able to sort of help at all. Well, you can't really sort of progress until the beach party is out of the way. Beach party's now gone down to the friendly AAT-60. Now he's going to move in here. He's opted to make the push. He's getting, you know, notably knows he's going to take some damage, but he might well be able to get rid of this AAT. But now there's obviously tanks here as well that have put shots into him, which is this Batchat, and he's down to a one shot. And he's very fortunate to have made this one out alive. Luckily, the Batchat didn't have a full clip, and is now on reload, so he should be able to get rid. How that shot Pen, I have no idea, because it looked like Panda was turning his turret there, but magic, I guess. But Panda does get his first kill of the game, and he's up 6.5k damage with 1900 assist. Done well to survive that engagement on just 31 hit points. But now he's going to start farming the tanks on the other side. There's only 3 tanks left. One of which was that Drogon that is sort of across on the other ridge here. He's going to lose his spot and then obviously just try and work out the next shot. I think, however, there's an enemy tank. Yeah, this Star Child is coming up. So he's going to get in a position where he can get a shot in. I think the Star Child's going to try and get a shot into him. Luckily for him, his friendly Stritz is sat there waiting for the Star Child, manages to get a shot in. Only one tank left, which is the Drogon, which Panda manages to finish off nicely. And that brings an end to replay number 1, picking up the victory. And of course, getting top of the board with just under 7.5k damage and 1900 assists. Only picking up the first class in that one. But with 2 kills, I think a few more probably would have got the ace on that. I mean, the damage requirements to get an ace on this tank are ridiculously high. As I've found out when I sort of originally put the first video on this tank on the channel quite a while ago. It was an absolute nightmare trying to get an ace. I don't think I did in the end, but yeah, the skill requirements are quite high for this tank. But yeah, it's one of those. It's just one of those favourite tanks that a lot of people play, which you can understand why from what we've seen. So anyway, sort of second replay here. We're on Lakeville, and Panda's come up to the middle road here to get some spots. He's very lucky there with a ricochet off of his upper plate, which does happen with the Leopard 1. You do surprisingly get some odd lucky bounces off the upper plate. Which is, yeah, it's ironic considering the Leopard 1 is absolutely made out of paper. It has no armour at all. You're gonna really struggle if you're getting shot at by anything that's sort of running Hesh, Death Stars, Averies, that sort of thing. They'll just absolutely butcher you. But yeah, he's got off to a good start here with some just under 3k assist there, which is the right way to play this map, really. I'm 50-50 on playing the middle road just because usually it never ends well for me, but maybe that's because I'm just a little bit too aggressive. I don't know, but Panda's playing this perfectly here, and it does work. When you do pick the middle road and you play it properly, you play it patiently, as Panda is proving here, it does quite work. Now, unfortunately, he does get lit up there. He's just obviously just on the ridge a bit too much. He gets another lucky bounce, honestly. He's got some real favourable RNG. I wish I had that sort of RNG. And yeah, manages to bounce another shot there. Sneaks a shot in there again. You see the good shell velocity. And that tank's full blown on the move, but yeah, just manages to hit that laser light shot again. Another shot into the lower plate of that heavy tank there, manages to find its target. And that's the beauty of the tank. You don't really need to lead your shots at all, it just hits. So yeah, it can punish. He's just keeping his eye on the town there. See this heavy pokes again. Now he is getting lit, but that's just because of where he is. He's going to get out spotted all the time. So he's not really got any sort of shrubbery or foliage in the way that he can sort of sit behind and increase his camo basically. He does get a shot into that Rogal Dawn that's in the town. Now he's going to focus on a few tanks that are in his gun sights across the way. The town looks to be lost. Now, they are 4 tanks down, so it's not looking ideal. And now all of a sudden he's got his tank destroyer pushing up the middle there. So Panda's got to make a decision whether he stays and fights or whether he gets out. And this is the right play personally, because you've got the mobility to get out there. Yes, he does take a hit for moving or getting out there, but he's timed it right. He's not taken too much damage there, and yeah, he's made the right play. He's pulled back. He's going to let the enemy advance. He's obviously in a position where he might be able to get some shots if he's lucky. Unfortunately, that Object 260 just ricochets off the side there, but to be expected. Object 260 side armor angled like that is more than likely going to bounce anyway. And he's just waiting for the right opportunity. He's playing off that heavy tank that is out there. He gets a shot into the Avery, which is good. Hopefully it can take out that Avery, which luckily his friendly artillery does. And again, just waiting for the right opportunity, just seeing what tanks present themselves to get shots in. Now there are 2 tanks down now, so it's a little bit tighter than what it was. Unfortunately, couldn't get a shot into that Object 257 or Object 260, whichever one it was. Just ricocheted there. He's aimed for the cupola of the Rogal Dawn, which does manage to get in. And it looks like the enemy is closing in quite aggressively here. He sees the side of that BZ and does manage to get a shot in there. The Object 268 is hard balling round, but he gets taken out by the artillery. Notice this he's going for the Rogal Dawn again, but there is a one-shot medium tank or heavy tank right next to him. Double tap. Now he's going to aim for that tank because the double tap's not focusing on him for some weird unknown reason. And he manages to get rid of him. That's a good play because now he's hopefully not going to get proxy spotted. Tries going for the Rogal Dawn again, but doesn't quite get that shot in this time round. Again, scores close. They're just going to keep chipping away. Panda's in a real good position here where hopefully he can get a few more shots into that heavy tank that's advancing, but heavy tank just manages to get out. And we see it's Ruthless there. He does take him out. Again, how he gets away with this luck is beyond me, because if I'd poked that Ruthless, I would have just been absolutely fried. But it looked like the Ruthless, I think, was possibly aiming for the artillery behind him. So just took the opportunity to take out the Ruthless and done the right thing. It was a dangerous tank, needed getting rid of. And now he's just weighing up the options. What he's going to do, is he going to go up the 1 line to help his TD that is in B1 that's isolated? No, he's not. He's going to stick around here and he's going to get enough. He's basically going to get a different angle. Going to try and see if he can spot up some tanks that are either advancing over from the town, like this Rogal Dawn here, which is still there. Going to try and line up a shot on the Rogal Dawn. Unfortunately, only hits the track, but also can focus on the middle road here where this AMX 30B is. It gets a nice shot into that Object 257. The 30B now pops up to try and see if he can get a shot into Panda. Panda's just playing it patiently here, just biding his time. He's going to let the enemy make the mistake, and then he'll sort of capitalise on their mistakes. He's just backing up round the corner, just trying to get that right shot onto that AMX 30B, which he does, really does manage to get that in well there. Highlander takes out the Rogal Dawn, so don't have to worry about that. And the scores are now even, 5-5 now, and it looks like that 30B and that 257 in the middle road there are now down to a one-shot. One of them which gets taken out by his friendly tank destroyer. And now he's again just weighing up the options here, wondering what to do next, whether to go up the 1 line, maybe push the town, try and extend the vision, or maybe he's going to go to the lake road. Not sure. So Panda's just weighing up those options. He's not rushing in. He's not doing anything rash. He's just taking his time to assess the options, to think about his next play, which again is a smart move because, you know, with no armour, you don't really want to be making any rash decisions in the Leopard where you're going to put yourself into harm's way, because, yeah, like I say, no armour is just going to get absolutely destroyed, and that's the thing. Could be tanks covering in the town, so this is a risky play, but it's the quick route. And he does get lit up there by the AMX 30B. He hesitated, but took the shot from the 30B. I think he was trying to possibly do it so he didn't take the shot. But yeah, he's traded up. It's the right trade because the 30B was a one-shot, so he was able to take him out. Now he's got to be careful because, you know, he's potentially a one-shot to the tank destroyers that are left on the team. Could well be a one-shot to the heavy tank, depending on what that heavy tank is. But if not, probably a two-shot. Is a definite two-shot, that's for sure, for whatever's left on the enemy team. He sees this waffle now. He's coming to help his friendly tank destroyer that's in A1. He does get shot into the waffle, which is now one shot, and he's able to finish him off for his 4th kill. Can he possibly pick up another bit of damage? Maybe another kill. Gets a shot into the side of that BZ heavy tank. It gets taken out by the Nemesis. Only one tank left, which is enemy grill. He's just going full throttle here because his team are in place to shoot this grill. He has lit him up and he's going to pick up the assist here. He does get a nice shot in, firing the HE rounds there to maximise the damage. And there we go, he gets a shot in for the Highlander to pick up the kill. and they pick up the victory in the process. So there we go, finished the game strong, and he got 4 kills, 7.7k damage, picking up the ace tanker, picked up 4.2k assists as well, so some really good there for his team doing the spot and run. But yeah, that is the Leopard 1, and thanks to Panda for sending those replays in. They really were good games there, so yeah, credit to Panda. And yeah, thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like and subscribe, so it does help the channel. And as always, I'll catch you next time.
Uh-oh.